good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, I'm a piano music. So, guys, I really want to talk about this whole cancel culture theory. And, of course, we've seen it with Kevin Samuels, mostly posthumously, and even when he was living, but not as bad as I've seen it with like Andrew Tate, who's a much more aggressive with how he talks or speaks. But I do want to talk about those people who have back and forth wars on social media with women, and those men have some level of fame, some level of popularity. We see it with DJ Academics, for an example, when Academics goes back and forth with ladies, let's say Meg Thee Stallion. And then also former baseball player in now Rhapsody, I don't know if he refers to it as 1501 or 1501, Carl Crawford. Carl Crawford was a very talented baseball player, which is interesting because most brothers don't even really play baseball anymore. But he was an excellent outfielder. He's now a music executive, and something happened with Meg Thee Stallion, and because once he signed to his Houston-based label, they have been not on good speaking terms since 2019. Now, it got personal. I don't know who fired the first shot, but it seems like she was going back and forth saying a lot of stuff. And she's not the only lady who will do that. Young Miami will do that. Summer Walker will do that. A lot of these women can be flat out blatantly disrespectful to men on social media. I just covered the fact that you had this lady that said, that YK Osiris, it's his baby mom, that she caught him in bed with another man. You've seen sneak disses that Lori Harvey has done towards Michael Jordan, B. Jordan rather. And I think this is important because, again, with the culture of what women do, Glorilla, and them on social media on their own personal time, they can be disrespectful towards certain individuals or black men as a whole, depending. Not really Glorilla, but you have seen it with Summer Walker, Meg Thee Stallion, people like that. The mistake that Carl Crawford made is responding to her. Now, again, Carl Crawford, he's a rich guy, retired, and, she's bringing the smoke to him. He's going to try to put her in her place. But the situation went bad when Tory Lanez got convicted of shooting Meg Thee Stallion. And again, he was taking pictures with Tory Lanez. He was trolling her and stuff like that. So then now he had to come out and make this apology. Play that clip.
Unfortunately, man, Megan, we haven't talked since 2019. So we've been going through, I guess what you guys see online. And like I said, that's unfortunate too as well, because I never wanted to, have a situation where I was, going back and forth with her on the internet. Kind of like a couple of months ago, I just wanted to revamp the company and bring in a whole new fresh face. Look, we're trying to rebrand the company and give us a new look. We had our reputation was kind of real bad out there. So I just wanted to go directly at that situation and just kind of, start from fresh. I have to take responsibility for anything that happens over here at 1501. But like I say, things happen. Like I say, I got a lot real fast, coming from another lane and all that type of stuff. So a lot of things came at me real fast, and then I had to learn real quick. And in the process of that, you don't always make the right decisions, or you might make a few mistakes here and there, and you have to take ownership for that. So that might be the case for me at this point, and so that's why I'm at a point where I feel like I want to bring a whole new system in, a whole new team in, and just revamp the whole system. I never had any problems with Megan Thee Stallion. It's just the social media stuff. It really just turned really sour. You take this social media part out of it, we don't have a problem. So to answer your question, yeah, this is a moment for me to when I'm done with that. You won't hear me mention Megan Thee Stallion name in the media unless I'm doing something like this, or it's just a big time interview where I gotta say it. But you won't see me like texting or making a post or doing any of that stuff that will cause social media to go crazy.
We don't have any disdain for anybody. Meg, Roc Nation, at the end of the day, they are a business conglomerate. they are business people. You know, we don't have any discrepancies towards any of them. I think it became more of a emotional thing from the beginning, not realizing that I haven't spoken to my artist whom I found, you know, since she went into the meeting. And it's like, you know, I would be in my feelings at first.
I never had no problems with Megan before any of this stuff happened. It's just like literally one day, you know what I'm saying, we was cool, and literally the next day we wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like literally, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't spoken to her since that day, 2019. We all know the picture with Jay-Z. That's it. That's it.
How that would go, Trent. You don't hear from me ever again, Trent. You don't hear from me ever again. You imagine how that would go. You know the music business is a contact sport, but the business of music is a contract sport. You know, so learning the business of music will allow us to operate in such transparency where it's wide open, and it won't even be a reason for any white noise or convolution, you know, as the time goes on. And I think that's what was needed above everything else in 1501 is one word: transparency. And that comes from the CEO to the artist.
So guys, the reason why I want to discuss that, why did he have to do it? I'm going to tell you exactly why he did. The reason is Meg Thee Stallion, since winning that case, has gotten a lot of sympathy. A lot of people now believe her story. The whole, like I said, the liberal left and a lot of women's rights groups are looking at her in a very favorable way. And if you're a person out there that is coming after Meg Thee Stallion, your career is going to be ruined. There's not going to be opportunity for endorsements. There's not going to be opportunity to do a lot of different stuff. And I think that guys need to understand going forward, going back and forth with women online is not a good look. Now, even me as a YouTuber, I've had women criticize me, call me out by name, tag my video, say horrendous things that don't make sense. And you never hear me address any of those women directly. I might even go and comment on something nice on the video. Number one, I just don't take it serious as to what they're talking about, because for me, it doesn't matter. And secondarily, even if you respond to that in kind, somebody can look at that and find a way to say, you're abusing this particular individual, even if you're not. So what I want to talk to men about is you can't really change how women can be towards you on social media, but you do have the responsibility of how you respond, because she could be dead wrong how she handled the contractual situation. She could be 100% wrong, but the fact that he's responding, people are going to look at him as if he's the victim because he's the man. And men have to understand that going forth, you can't do that. Even with Andrew Tate, are there women that are responding to him or have trolled him or whatever? Kevin Samuels was the best at this. Kevin Samuels had a show. Those women showed up on Kevin Samuels' show every night. Sometimes Monday through Friday in his earlier times, right? You know what happened? He didn't even respond to it. People made videos talking about his sexuality, talking about his past. He never responded to them. And of course, Alpha Male Strategist called me and told me the same thing. He said, hey, listen, bro, this is why Kevin was still living. You're blowing up on YouTube, or you're doing pretty good. You're not going to be able to sustain your growth going back and forth with people who don't really matter. It looks bad. And it's going to look bad when it's a woman who got shot in the foot. Same thing with Stephen A. Smith. When Stephen A. Smith said, hey, Rihanna is not Beyonce, he had to immediately come out and apologize, because Rihanna is not Beyonce because of what happened to Rihanna. Like, Rihanna got beat by Chris Brown. So you can never give any form of criticism to Rihanna without being looked at as a hater or a misogynist. And guys need to understand that that's the culture right now. That's the culture. And if you're not going to understand that, you need to know that. You're going to mess up potential deals. Like, even going back and forth with the comments, like, don't do that. You're wasting your time. It is better if you just ignore them. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.